Going for the knockout blow is Roman Reigns.
Professional wrestling has always thrived on drama, passion, and betrayal. But every once in a while, reality blurs so much with storytelling that fans are left questioning what's truly happening behind the scenes. The recent fallout between Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns, sparked by Roman's hospitalization, has become one of the most controversial and emotionally charged stories in wrestling history. What makes this situation so disturbing is not just the timing, but the way it has exposed cracks in the Samoan wrestling dynasty that fans once believed was built on unbreakable family loyalty. Roman Reigns hospitalized. When news broke that Roman Reigns was hospitalized, the wrestling world collectively held its breath. Whether you love or hate his character in the ring, Roman has earned respect as one of the hardest-working performers in the industry. His health scare was a moment that should have united his family and the entire wrestling community. Instead, it became the flashpoint for one of the ugliest betrayals in recent memory. Jacob Fatu's controversial response. Rather than showing unconditional support, Jacob Fatu's reaction shocked fans and insiders alike. His comments about Roman's condition didn't come across as simple concern or even tough love. They carried the weight of frustration, jealousy, and ambition. Instead of rallying behind his cousin during a vulnerable time, Jacob seemed to use the moment to raise questions about Roman's role as the family's leader. To many, it felt less like compassion and more like a calculated move to position himself as a potential successor to Roman's throne. Betrayal or honest frustration? Some argue that Jacob's reaction is the result of long-simmering frustrations within the family. For years, Roman has been positioned as the face of the dynasty, while other members have had to fight for recognition. Jacob's words, while harsh, may have been his way of finally speaking out about his feelings of being overlooked. But the timing of his statements, while Roman was battling health issues, made it impossible for fans to see it as anything other than betrayal. The timing that hurt the most. What stings most is not necessarily what Jacob said, but when he said it. Roman is not just another wrestler. He's family. And family is supposed to protect one another in moments of crisis. Speaking out at a time when Roman couldn't defend himself created the impression of opportunism. For fans who grew up respecting the values of the Anoa'i legacy, this was a devastating blow to the idea of family unity. Family unity exposed as fragile. For years, WWE promoted the bloodline as an unstoppable force bound by loyalty. But Jacob's public comments have shattered that illusion. What fans saw as unbreakable unity may have been held together by Roman's strength alone. Now, with him sidelined, the cracks are impossible to ignore. The emotional outburst from Jacob didn't just target Roman. It pulled back the curtain on years of jealousy, rivalry, and tension within the family. The power struggle. At the heart of this controversy lies a power struggle. Roman has long been celebrated as the head of the table, the figure who carries the family's legacy on the grandest stage. But Jacob's reaction suggests that not everyone in the family agrees with that role. By speaking out while Roman is sidelined, Jacob has positioned himself as a possible alternative leader. For fans, this is more than just family drama. It's a battle for the future of the Samoan dynasty in wrestling. The cost of public words. Public statements carry weight, especially in an industry where perception shapes careers. Jacob's decision to voice his frustrations during Roman's health crisis may have gained him headlines, but it came at a steep price. Many fans now see him as disloyal, and the backlash has been swift. Instead of being celebrated for his honesty, Jacob risks being remembered as the cousin who turned his back on family when they needed him most. The impact on Roman Reigns This betrayal cuts deeper than any storyline feud. Beyond the physical battle of recovery, he now faces the emotional weight of knowing that a family member used his hospitalization as an opening to strike. Wrestling is built on trust, both in and out of the ring, and to have that trust broken by your own blood is something no championship or accolade can mend overnight. The emotional fallout. The emotional toll of this feud is being felt not just by Roman, but by the entire family. Other members, including the Usos and Solo Sikoa, are now caught in the middle of a conflict that pits loyalty against ambition. Fans who once saw the Anoa'i family as untouchable are now witnessing the painful reality that fame, money, and power can divide even the closest bonds. Wrestling community in shock. Outside of the family, the wrestling community has been left stunned. Legends and fans alike have voiced disappointment at the way Jacob handled the situation. Instead of being remembered as the next great representative of the Samoan legacy, his reputation has taken a hit. What could have been his chance to show respect and solidarity has now become a stain on his career. The damage to the dynasty. The Anoa'i family has always been respected as wrestling royalty, a dynasty that stood above petty feuds. But Jacob's betrayal risks damaging that legacy permanently. Sponsors, promotions, and fans alike are questioning whether the family bond they celebrated for decades was ever truly as strong as it appeared. One person's decision has created ripples that may impact the family's reputation for years to come. Can the wounds heal? The big question now is whether this family can ever heal from such a public betrayal. Time and reconciliation are possible, but the scars will remain. For Roman, forgiveness may come slowly, if at all. For Jacob, rebuilding trust will require more than words. It will require actions that prove his loyalty is genuine, even when there's no spotlight to chase. The bigger picture. This entire controversy also says something about professional wrestling itself. The line between reality and performance has blurred so much that fans are left wondering what's real. Is this truly betrayal, or has it become a storyline amplified by media and corporate interests? Regardless of where the truth lies, one thing is clear: the pain and fallout are very real for those involved. A legacy built on family. For decades, the Anoa'i family has been the foundation of professional wrestling. Roman Reigns, the Usos, Solo Sikoa, and now Jacob Fatu all represent the continuation of a bloodline that stretches across generations. Their story has always been about unity, strength, and pride in heritage. WWE presented the bloodline as the most dominant faction in modern wrestling, with Roman Reigns at the helm as the tribal chief. Fans bought into this vision of unshakable family dominance, but Roman's recent hospitalization has cracked that image, revealing something far more complicated beneath the surface. Conclusion: a family torn apart. Jacob Fatu's reaction to Roman Reigns' hospitalization will go down as one of the most divisive moments in wrestling history. To some, it's the voice of a man tired of living in his cousin's shadow. To most, it's a betrayal that crossed every line of respect, timing, and family loyalty. Roman's health battle should have been a moment of unity, but instead, it became a battlefield for ambition. Whether this family can repair the damage remains to be seen, but one truth is undeniable. The Samoan dynasty, once defined by unbreakable unity, now stands as proof that even family can be torn apart by jealousy and power.